What is up, Posse? My name is Will Bronlick, and welcome to another review here on Alpha Omega Wolf Productions. So, I figured I'd give you guys a new review. I told you guys that I was going to be reviewing yesterday, the movie. So, I'm going to be doing that. This movie is directed by Danny Boyle, and this tells the story of a struggling singer slash songwriter named Jack, who his career is fading quickly. Like, he's not really making it as a big time star. However, one day he gets into an accident and he wakes up, and all of a sudden, for some reason, the Beatles never existed. And basically, Jack is trying to teach everybody about, some of the most famous songs that they've ever produced. So, I actually did some research on the director of this movie, Danny Boyle, and he actually did some pretty good stuff. He did 127 Hours. Let's see, he did Battle. He worked on Battle of the Sexes, which both I think are pretty underrated, and probably his most famous movie, Slumdog Millionaire. So I was curious to see what he would do with this comedy. And to be quite honest, I was kind of thinking of passing on this movie because I thought this looked relatively dumb. Because I looked at the trailer and the advertisement, and it just didn't really work out for me, to be honest. But I'm gonna be eating some major crow right here. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I love the direction from this movie. It was absolutely great. I love the performances, especially from the actor who played Jack. I don't know all these actors, so I'm terribly sorry. I also like the comedy. Like, I was laughing quite a bit throughout this movie, and the jokes landed on a lot of places. I also like the twists in this movie. Like, it's not super predictable like your average comedy slash whatever genre is in this kind of setup, like a musical or comedy genre. And while we're on the subject, let's talk about the icing on the cake, which is the soundtrack. Like, hearing all these famous songs from the Beatles was absolutely fantastic, and hearing some new songs as well was also great. Like, I'm just gonna be having a bunch of Beatles songs stuck in my head for quite a while now. If I have to come up with some issues, I only have two, and sadly, I feel like they're kind of big ones. First off, I have to say the pacing was not that great. Like, it takes a while for the plot to kick in, but like once it actually does start, then it's like nonstop entertainment right up until the end credits. And the second one, this is an issue I kind of had with Ready Player One, and I feel like this is a a similar kind of the same thing in this one, and that's why I feel like that the romance was forced in this movie. Like, we kind of know that two people were going to get together in this movie. For those that have seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to give anything away for those who haven't seen it. But other than that, this was a fun movie. I thought it was cute, it was charming, and had a great soundtrack, solid performances. Like, I didn't expect it to go the route it went. And I also loved the premise that this movie had. Like, to wake up in a world to realize that arguably one of the greatest bands of all time never even existed. And I liked where they went with this movie. Other than some pacing and a forced romance, I thought this was a very fun movie. I think you guys should go check it out. And as for my grade, I'm going to give yesterday a B plus. I really enjoyed it. I think this is going to be one of my more underrated movies of the summer, probably, and maybe one of my most underrated movies of the 2019. Who knows? Maybe it'll make my way into my favorites of the year as the year winds down. So that just about does it for this review. If you did enjoy this video, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content. I'm not sure what the next video is going to be, but I'll make sure to post on Twitter what it'll be. So if you're not following me, be sure to follow me. It's at Will Bronlick. So Until next time, see you later, Posse.